In Episode 1 of The People's Voice, we look at an epidemic in Los Santos: homelessness. For years now, homelessness has been steadily rising, and now it's seen its peak number of 200,000 people. Now, with jobs rare and housing prices constantly going up, it is looking ever unlikely this number will ever go down. But what are the government doing, and what are the people saying? Find out this week on The People's Voice. Behind every crisis is a reason. Our job: find the reason where the people's voice is being heard by the controlling party, the government. While driving around doing our research for the show, we found a man in the street, generously giving his cash to a nearby homeless man. We're intrigued by this man's actions, so we pulled over our van and asked him if we could bother him with some questions. He obliged us. And then the following is Jack Guzman's response to the current epidemic. So, once again, Jack, thank you very much for your valuable time. Today we just want to talk a little bit about the current homeless epidemic that's going around Los Santos. The homeless crisis has reached its peak of about 200,000 people. What's your take on this?
I'm not too sure, honestly. It's a very, very alarming number, and we need to bring it down somehow. Not too sure how to do that, but I'm sure someone will figure out something, hopefully.
Yeah, so you said that it is going to be happening to being brought down fairly soon. Like, what are you doing to help this? Are you donating to the homeless, or do you work in a homeless shelter, or what are you doing to help, I guess?
Donating to charities whenever I have the spare change.
Yeah. Now, obviously, jobs are going left, right, and center, and stuff's being more automated these days, and the economy is turning rougher as we speak. Do you see yourself going homeless like anytime soon in the future?
I don't believe so, no.
And do you think there's any chance of any of your family members going homeless?
Yeah, with the amount of robots and, like you said, automated stuff that's being brought into the world, there's definitely a chance that some of my family members might go homeless. Who knows?
Now, there's been riots going on for nearly months now about this homeless crisis. Some can be compared to some of the riots of 2011. But do you feel like the cries of help are being heard by the government?
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think... I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're kind of overlooking it and how bad it's getting.
Yeah, yeah. And what long-term effect do you think this will have in the community? Because obviously a lot of homeless people are going homeless in different communities. And so how do you think that will affect all the communities of New York?
There's gonna be a lot more, people on the streets, a lot more people trying to make their way back up. I'm not too sure how it's gonna affect the communities.
Yeah.
People might have to start pitching in, donating more, helping out the homeless more if they can.
Yeah.
Help each other out, I think if you are homeless, building friendships with a lot of other people is good, because you can work off each other and work your way up, help each other out, do things for each other.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Jack Guzman, and we appreciate it greatly for your words. and hopefully the government will start to take this epidemic serious sometime soon. After talking to Jack, we soon after found a couple of people who you could say were on the exact opposite side than Jack was. The Angels of Death MC. Some viewers may find the following footage disturbing. So thank you very much for being here. It's fantastic to have an MC to come down and kind of spread their opinions on the situation. With the homeless crisis now reaching over 200,000 people in New York, like what's the MC's and your guys' opinion on the situation?
Personally, my opinion, they deserve to be out here. I really could give two shits about if they're out here or not, you know. And then that's just more spots for us to push our products.
And why do you think you've taken this stance? Do you think it's because they've been out here because of their own sins, like gambling, death, and all that, or do you just generally just have a disliking towards homelessness?
I generally don't give a shit about them. I mean, their problems are their problems. I have my issues that I tend to, and if they don't want to tend to theirs, and that's all up to them. I'm not gonna sit here and try to lend out a helping hand when they don't fucking give a shit. So honestly, this, to me, my opinion, this whole place can burn down.
Do you think the government is hearing the cries of the people? Because there are people out there who have been writing about this and arguing all over. Do you think the government is hearing out these people's cries, or are they just ignoring it?
Gentleman next to me, go ahead and answer that.
Not really sure. I kind of mind my own business, stick to my crew, and I'm with them. I really don't care about as myself.
Yeah. Now, obviously, an MC, it's a very, very tight brotherhood. And is this affecting it in your community, like the homelessness crisis? Is this affecting your daily to daily business?
Actually, no. It's actually helping us. I mean, like I said, we have products we can push on, and that's just more people that we can push it to.
Yeah. You're kind of using them, I guess, as you guys are kind of like just prey. You're just selling them off when they're down weak on the floor, selling them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Better for us if they stay this way.
So obviously your MC has profited greatly from this crisis, but on a long-term effect, do you think this can have the capabilities to push your MC to next level, like international level?
Yeah, most definitely. Right now we're looking at about 10 members in the group so far. Obviously I'm not going to disclose information about how many more members we're looking at, but
Understandable.
we'll just say in the future we'll probably be pushing about 30 members or so, hopefully.
And say of
people coming in every day.
And say of out of MC lives, because maybe some of you have homes and families that you go home to. How are they finding this? How are they coping this a home life? Besides MC life.
My family, honestly, they're like me. They hate to see it, but if they're out here because they done something stupid, they deserve it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time, gentlemen. It's been an absolute honor to see, I guess, a different perspective on the whole homeless situation.
All right, yep, not a problem. And to make my statement clear about I don't give a shit about the homeless. This is what I think. And we're gonna get out of here.
Two opposite sides of the pole. I remember a good friend of mine once said to me, a lot of problems in this world would disappear if we talked to each other instead of about each other. We all have at least two sides. The world we live in is a world of opposites, and the trick is to reconcile those opposing things. I've always liked both sides. In order to appreciate one, you have to know the other. The more darkness you gather up, the more light you can see. From today's episode, we can clearly see two sides. Sometimes it's easy to walk by because we know we can't change someone's life in a single afternoon. But what we fail to realize is that simple kindness can go a long way toward encouraging someone who's stuck in a desolate place. The government is ignoring the cries of help. People are rioting against the homeless, and someone needs to step up to be the hero. There's two sides to every story. Some see black and white, bad and good. Myself and some others see more. We see more than a bunch of victimless, unfortunate individuals. Whatever your perception of the situation, you're all smart enough to discover the truth for yourself. So me, Rush Weston, I heavily encourage you to not just sit around, but to go out into the city and discover the truth. You can look forward to next week's episodes of The People's Voice. So make sure to stay tuned, don't turn off the TV, because this is the one show you don't want to miss.